from Taiwan. I'm Ethan Liu with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Government subsidies for rooftop solar panels on small properties are on the way. The nearly $126 million program is promising around $90 per kilowatt generated, with a maximum of around $9,000 per project. The subsidies agreed by the cabinet will apply to private properties with roofs smaller than 1,000 square meters. The government is also making rooftop solar panels mandatory for new buildings and renovations with roofs bigger than 1,000 square meters. The government's roof solar panel project is not the only way the country is pursuing green energy. Small-scale geothermal and hydropower projects are also helping Taiwan move towards its goal for carbon neutrality by 2050. John Mantres reports.
This natural whirlpool plays a tiny but important role in Taiwan's quest for green energy. Here, at a spot where the Annong Stream in Yilan County suddenly drops, technicians have built a mini hydroelectric plant capable of meeting the yearly power needs of 170 households. It requires no staff. The whole system is controlled remotely by computer. And while dry periods here in the northeast of the country mean it can't run year-round, its creators say it's an eco-friendly way of making some extra power for the grid.
可以做到跟生态跟环境融合在一起的，它是可以让鱼虾通过，然后可以用很小的面积就盖出一座发电量很高的电厂。
Taiwan aims to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050, but political disagreements over the role of nuclear power make this goal challenging. Projects like this, while small, are at least helping make progress towards this goal. This isn't the only green energy opportunity this part of the country offers. Not far away is a geothermal plant built jointly by the national power and oil companies and opened just over a year ago. This plant can meet the annual needs of 1,200 households, and it has the advantage of running 24/7.
它不受天候的影响，那像我们的风机就会有风没风，它就会因风而发电。那以地热来讲，只要我们的热源够，它是可以24小时做运转。
Geothermal has its enthusiastic supporters in Taiwan, given the country's position along the Pacific Rim of Fire. But its exact potential is uncertain, and exploration to find out is costly and therefore risky.
你要花费很多的成本进去，可是你能够取得的电力不够大，那所以就会造成它整体的发电成本会上升。
But the government hopes that by bearing at least some of the cost, any potential out there won't go to waste.
没有真正的去钻井、去探勘，我们就不知道它的潜能有多少。那这也造成过去地热开发的风险在国内是比较高，就是在探勘方面，政府会给予补助，最高是可以到达1亿元的补助。
Though not all of Taiwan's green energy projects are large, officials hope that every bit will count on the way to an emissions-free future. Devin Tsai and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan is looking to a new type of hydropower plant to help its green energy transition. The Economy Ministry says so-called small hydropower is a key part of the country's net zero goals. To learn more about the technology, reporter Billy Wu spoke with Stefan Tekoch, director of the Slovak Taiwan Hydropower Research Laboratory.
So what is small hydropower and how does it differ from traditional hydropower?
Small hydropower plants do not really differ from the large hydropower plants or traditional hydropower plants, if you like. They are using the same energy conversion principle. There's usually the same technology installed in, just a little bit smaller. However, the size, the scale is what makes these hydropower plants interesting to the current energy development trends. And the reasons are because they are simply easier to adapt to the natural settings, thus mitigating the environmental impact. It is easier to meet the environmental regulations, which are getting more and more strict. And generally speaking, they are more affordable and flexible, thus ideal for developing decentralized energy networks.
How adaptable is small hydropower and what kind of scenarios can it be used in?
The current small hydropower technology represents mature, efficient, and flexible systems with a wide range of adaptation to practically any hydraulic scenario. When you're installing it into industries, for example, wastewater treatment plant, Another solution is to apply directly into pipelines. As a matter of fact, this is a very standard scenario because when you're delivering water, fresh water to the city, you're using usually pipelines or wells or something. And there's a high pressure at some point. And while you're releasing the pressure through the valve, you can as well generate electricity.
Small hydropower is considered a key target for the next phase of energy development. So what roles will small hydropower play in Taiwan's energy transition?
The small hydropower plants in Taiwan are at this point pursued as a business development model, which reflects the current development boom, especially in middle and southeast Taiwan. However, I believe that these systems will gradually play their key role in the development of decentralized energy network across the island. And this is actually already happening in Taidong area because it's simply too far away from most of the grids. Now, if it comes to the grid stability, hydropower produces stable and adjustable output, where the hydropower plants could actually work as a mitigator, grid mitigator for, or voltage mitigator, if you like, for the renewable energy sources like wind or solar.
That was Stefan Tekoch, director of the Slovak Taiwan Hydropower Research Laboratory. An unseasonal deluge in Morocco is reviving a desert town after years of drought, bringing plants back to life and encouraging tourists to the area. But as Sonia Schlesinger reports, meteorologists say it's part of a cycle of extreme weather likely to intensify as the effects of climate change worsen.
In one of the world's driest regions, a blessing from the sky. That's what tourists and locals here are calling the once-in-a-generation rainfall in Merzouga, a small village on the edge of the Sahara Desert in Morocco.
J'avais les yeux comme un gosse qui ouvre ses cadeaux de Noël parce que j'ai retrouvé des décors que j'avais vus il y a 30 ans, il y a 20 ans, il y a 15 ans encore. Et quand ils voient cela, les gens ils sont ébahis, ils sont là, mais c'est quoi? Mais c'est pas possible. Ben si, ça existait. Mais non, si, ça existait.
Frequent travelers to this village say they haven't seen landscapes like these in decades, as Morocco continues to grapple with a severe drought.
La dernière fois que j'ai vu de l'eau au lac de Yasmina, c'était il y a 20 ans, je crois, 19 ans ou 20 ans. Et toutes ces dernières années, c'était catastrophique. On se demandait même où on allait tellement l'eau manquait.
But heavy rain hitting the region this fall is bringing new wildlife and an influx of tourists.
هذاك اللولاك دابا كان منذ مده هذه ما عمر ما كاين في ديك البلاصه ودابا بحال قلتي بنا نتوحش ديك البلاصه يكون فيها الماء.
نفعوا السياحه جاو التوريست بزاف ونفعونا حتى حنا كاينوا در الربيع كيلقاو الجمال ما ياكلوا الماء عطاه الله الحمد لله. التوريست كيجيو لهنا كيديروا مخيمات حدا هذوك لي لاك كيمشيو يفيزيتيو تما كيشوفوا كيكتبوا شي حاجه.
But the rejuvenation has come at a steep cost. The floods have killed at least 28 people in Morocco and 6 in neighboring Algeria. Scientists say both the floods and the droughts are caused by climate change, which is making extreme weather events even more intense.
Water becomes increasingly unpredictable, leading to sudden floods, severe droughts, and climate change is one of the causes of these extreme behaviors.
But as the rest of the country still struggles with drought in what has been the driest year in over a century, those in Merzouga are making the most of the water, with no certainty over how long it will last. Alex Chen and Sonia Schlesinger for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit TaiwanPlus website and follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we take you to New York's American Museum of Natural History, which has just unveiled one of the most complete Stegosaurus skeletons ever discovered. I'm Ethan Liu. Take care, and I'll see you next time.